And we are coming into Orchard Park. Booyah! This is where New Edition first started.
Bobby Brown is going home.
We are definitely going into the projects.
To where he grew up.
This is Bobby Brown.
Hi.
Hey, big boy, how you doing?
Love you, Bobby.
Or at least trying to.
This is where my house used to be. This was 116 Eustis Street, where I grew up.
While some faces are the same, he's finding you can't go home again if home's not there.
The tree is gone now. I used to climb all the time.
The climbing tree is gone, and the boy grew into a man. He's now telling his story about the highs of celebrity, the depths of great loss, and every little step along the way. Boston, 1982. And Bobby Brown and his friends team up for Talent Night at the Strand Theater. The boys come in second, but won something even better, the attention of local music producer Maurice Starr. He helps polish their moves, record an album in this humble studio, and get a record deal. New Edition was born. We went back to the stage where it all began.
It's this point. This is where it all starts. This is where it snaps for me. I own this.
All that you've been through in your life, this is your comfort zone, your
Yes.
safety net?
Yes, it
being
is.
on stage?
I can zone out. I can forget about everything that is a problem to me. I can forget about it right here.
This was the first step right here.
This was the biggest step right here. Still sounds the same.
Does it?
Still sounds the same. It's so perfect.
In 1983, New Edition got their first taste of success, spinning Candy Girl into their breakthrough #1 hit.
New Edition.
The five boys found themselves out of junior high school and up on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, New Edition.
With synchronized steps and bubblegum charm, they danced their way to hit after hit.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. If I love the girl, who cares who you like? You got to do it now. Watch out.
Meanwhile, 200 miles away in New Jersey, another teenager is about to have her life changed by music as well. A former cover girl named Whitney Houston has just signed her first major record deal with Clive Davis's Arista Records. Her 1985 debut album, Whitney, would win the young talent her first Grammy. That same year was less of a celebration for Bobby Brown. His need to be in the center spotlight and ongoing tensions with other members of New Edition could no longer be ignored.
Were you voted out, or did you leave on your own?
I was voted out of the group because I would do the opposite, of what they told New Edition to do. I was my own man at a young age, and I just wanted what I wanted. I was still ready to do what I wanted to do and the music that I wanted to do.
A struggling Bobby moves to LA and finds modest success as a solo artist. The now young father admits to selling drugs to get by. But when he is matched up with rising music producers L.A. Reid and Babyface, he finally finds his sound and his voice.
Bobby decides he's going to do a song, that really speaks to how he feels about what people say about him. And when you see the video and when you see him performing, you say, that's a star and that's a hit single.
I want it to be raw. I want it to be in their face, and I want people to buy this record because what? Because it's the energy. It was like, let me out of the cage.
And the cage was New Edition?
The cage was New Edition. The cage was all of the anger that I had built up inside of me from, just having to sell drugs. I had children at this time, so it was like, I gotta get out there and I gotta be successful because I gotta feed them.
My Prerogative, along with Don't Be Cruel and Every Little Step, helped his album go 7 times platinum.
Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown.
He was the it guy of 1989, known for his high-energy dancing and living. Sometimes offstage excess showed up on stage, as seen at the 1989 MTV Video Awards. ABC's Chris Connolly was there.
At some point during his performance, a vial comes out of his clothes. And while he is dancing, he picks up the vial and keeps going. And from that moment on, sort of thought, well, what's going on with Bobby Brown?
What was going on? A lot of indulging in drugs and women. He says among them, Janet Jackson and Madonna. But there was one story I really couldn't ignore.
I can't even believe I'm going to ask you this, but I have to.
What?
You had sex with a ghost?
A ghost, yeah.
Come on, man. Tell me about it.
I moved into this house. I bought this mansion in Georgia. So this was a really, really spooky place. But yes, one time I woke up and yeah, a ghost. I was being mounted by a ghost. I wasn't high.
That was my next question.
I wasn't high.
That was my next question.
Wasn't
Were you tripping?
high at all.
Were you tripping?
No, I was not tripping.
You've had quite a life.
I've had some crazy situations.
One real girl would turn his head by literally bumping into it. It was Whitney Houston as she stood behind him at the 1989 Soul Train Awards.
She was bumping into me at Soul Train, and I was like, you keep bumping into me. And I kept doing that, and I did it like 2 or 3 times. And she kept bumping me. And I asked her why, and she was like, 'cause I want to. And that attitude, that whole thing right there, when she did that, that's where it started.
And so it began.
Yeah, that's where it all began.
By this time, Whitney was the reigning pop princess girl next door, and he was the bad boy of R&B, a seemingly unlikely match.
The thing that we have to remind ourselves is that there really was a time when they were on the same level in terms of their celebrity and their success and their sales. And that was the moment in which they connected.
Babyface worked with Whitney on the song I'm Your Baby Tonight and knew the young couple well.
People had an idea of who they thought Whitney Houston was, which was this suburban girl that didn't know anything about being hood. You take the cameras away and take everything else away, then Whitney, who was just a, sister from the hood, and Bobby was a brother from the hood. They were crazy about each other, and that was clear.
For Bobby, this was real love, real fast, and both their lives were about to change.
Between me and her, it was so instant. We were so much like each other that it made sense.